Mute. And let me make sure I am sharing my screen. Cool. Hi, everyone. This is Makayo. I'm doing our walkthrough for Lab 8. This was advanced cartography, so we were looking at making an XY event layer, doing some definition query for the data, changing some symbology, doing some more converting to label annotation, doing an inset map, and then an extent indicator. So I've already went ahead and downloaded and extracted my data from Canvas. So if you haven't, please go to the Canvas webpage and download the data for Lab 8. It's just the data zip right here. And then please make sure to extract it. And if you're working on a virtual desk or the desktops in class, please remember that when you are setting up your map, this part needs to say N drive or just N. So yeah. But if you're doing it at home or on your personal computer, you're good to go. So that's the intro. Let's get started. So number one asks us to create a new map in our Pro, load our geographic data, and then set our reference scale to 1 to 200,000. So let's go to the map. Let's name this Lab 8 name. And cool. We have a base map, good to go. So now I'm going to connect my folders. So I'm going to go to the view banner up top. I'm going to go to the catalog pane. And I'm going to right click on databases. I'm going to go to add database. And not that, maybe that one? Oh, that was from a previous one. So I have mine in my downloads. It's really much better to sort by date, date modified, because then our land ownership, our lodging and campgrounds, our roads, study area, and trails. So what do we need to add first? Load the provided geographic data. So let's add actually, let's just add everything. We'll just deselect it as we need them. So I'm gonna right click and add everything in my geodatabase to the map. That way we can get kind of an idea where Bryce Canyon is as well. So Bryce will be up here. We need to change the base map to terrain with labels. So let's go to the map banner up top. Let's click on base map and then select terrain with labels. So then we're going to go to our contents after that and then deselect pretty much everything. So then we can see Bryce. Oh no, we need to zoom in a little bit more. Here we go. Just to the right. Well, right now, I can't see where Bryce is. With terrain with labels, it's a little bit more difficult to see it. It's probably right in front of my face, but that's okay. So then, thankfully, if we check out our contents panel, and then we right click on our lodging and campgrounds and go to the attribute, well, open it, we can see that this layer has X and Y data. So we have the positions of our study area or the locations, the latitude and longitude of our study area. So we can actually get the location of Bryce from this table. So then that's why it's always worth checking out the attribute tables for your layers. It could really help you make decisions on how you're going to edit the data or which way is the best way to display data. So we're going to do a little bit of cheating. Not really, it's just, I think it's more efficient. And we're going to right click on lodging and campgrounds, and then we're just going to display XY data. So then we're going to use those X and Y points or the X and Y fields from this layer to help us see where Bryce is. So we don't need to change our input, our output. Arc automatically picks up our X and Y fields. Our coordinate system is good. Let's click on OK. And cool. And it goes to the right, just upright. So, all right, here is our study area. We need to set our scale to 1 to 200,000. So then while we have this centered, we're going to go to the bottom left-hand corner and we're going to type in 1 to 200,000. And there we go. We've got our study area, we've got our points, and dun, 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 dun. Cool. Last thing for number 1 is to turn off the world terrain reference. So we got that. All right, that was number 1. Sorry, everyone. My voice is going as it always does for the end of the week. Number 2. So we've already done number 2. We've displayed our X and Y coordinates for the table provided, our lodging and campgrounds table. So then we just symbolize this feature so that's legible without the reference, without the need to reference a legend. So then we can just click to modify the symbol in the contents panel, or we can right click on the layer and then go to symbology. And we have, this layer has multiple features that we want to display. So then we're going to choose unique values. Unique values, and if we click the field 1, we have name, our latitude, our longitude and latitude. So then we're just going to select category, and it's okay if the other values don't pop up. We're going to select all other values, and we can see that we've got campground and hotel right here. So then if we right click and remove all of the values, we're just left with our campground and our hotel. So we're going to choose the middle icon for campground, because if we choose the large one, I feel like it interferes with this cluster of points, and the small one's just too small. So medium, medium's good. So then let's do the same for hotel. So we're gonna left click this format symbol, and then we're gonna search for hotel, and we're gonna select that middle one. Cool. So that's 2A. We've symbolized our point features, so it's a hotel and campgrounds. 2B asks us to label only the campground names using an SQL query in the labeling gallery. So if we go to the contents panel, we have our lodging and campground selected. The labeling banner should appear up top, and then we select it, and we're given this. So we're going to select the SQL query to the right of class 1. Oh, okay. So we'll do it that way, but there we go. So I'm not sure why it automatically gave me the old version of this window, but I would recommend closing it and then reopening the SQL so that we have the new expression button right here. So again, when I first opened it, it gave me the old version where we would have to type in the code. I would really recommend just closing that and then going to labeling and then reopening our SQL query. So then we're going to select new expression, and we're going to label campgrounds only. So we want where our category is equal to campground. Let's make sure that this is a valid expression. We're good to go. Let's click on apply, and nothing shows up. That's okay. So then we have to do one more thing before those labels show up. We need to press, actually, no, we need to switch our field first. So then this came up during the lab. We'd select the campground category, but we wouldn't switch over our field. So then let's make sure that our field under the labeling banner says category. So it says category. All right, let's label it. Oh no. Oh no, it'd be name, sorry. There we go. So then we've only labeled the campgrounds and we've got the campground names right here. All right, that's 2B. So we've created a SQL query and we've labeled our campground names. Cool. So on to number 3. Number 3 asks us to look at the trails feature and create a thin brown dashed line symbology, and then to make them slightly transparent. So 3A is telling us to use the dashed 2x2 symbology with a brown color and a 0.5 width. So then we can do that through our contents, and we're gonna re-add trails. So again, we deselected all of the layers that we weren't using. So then I'm gonna reselect trails or re-click trails, and we're gonna right click this and then go to symbology. So then we don't need to change our primary symbology. So we don't need to change this because we're only looking at one feature, one part of the feature. We're gonna change our symbol or the symbology for our symbol though. So we're gonna click on this, or we're gonna click on the line that's to the right of our symbol, and we're just gonna see that the dash 2x2 is right here. But if it's not showing up, we can also search for it. So we can search for dash 2x2, and it's under the ArcGIS 2D. So then I'm gonna select this, and we have the black coloring, but that's not the one that we want. So then we're gonna go to properties right here. Not properties and contents, properties in the same symbology tab. And we're just gonna change this color. So we're gonna change this color to, that would be really hilarious. This was where I found out I was colorblind. That's a brown. And we want a 0.5 line width. Cool. So then, yep, dash 2x2, brown color, 0.5 width. Roger, Roger. I'm gonna click on apply, and we can see that our symbology on our map has changed. Cool. So then we're also recommended to change the transparency of this layer. So then while we're in our contents panel, we're gonna make sure that we have trails highlighted or selected. Then we're gonna go to appearance, and we're gonna change our transparency right here. So the instructions say about 35%. So let's just check 35. And yeah, I see why. It is transparent enough to see more of the background forward, and also really doesn't distract from the other parts of the map. So cool. That's 3 and 3A. 4. For the roads, create a symbology to differentiate the road type between paved and backcountry roads. So let's go to our contents panel, and we're gonna add roads back. So then we're just gonna click the box right here, and we need to change our symbology for this, because then right now we want to display two different road types, and yeah, so we need to change the symbology. So we can either click to modify, or we can right click and then go to symbology, and we want unique values for this, because again, we're not just doing one. We're not just displaying one part of the layer, we're displaying two different ones. So unique values. And then we're told in the instructions that we're using the condition field. So condition is towards the bottom. And once we select condition as our field, we can see we've got null, backcountry, paved, and all of the values. So we don't want all of the values. We don't want null. We just want backcountry and paved. That's a little hard for me to see. So I'm gonna change these colors. Let's make you red. There we go. And let's make you an orange. Salmon. Chuck it. Okay, so then we've got our road symbols paved and good stuff. So then that's for A. 4B. 4B wants us to label only Highway 12 and Main Park Road based on using the full name field using an SQL query for those two features. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our contents. We have roads selected, and we're gonna go back to labeling. We're gonna go to the SQL query, and we're gonna make a new expression. So we're gonna do where our full name is equal to We can just type it in right here. Highway 12, add clause, and in the instructions we have full name is equal to Highway 12 or full name is equal to Main Park Road. All right, let's check to see that it's valid. The green check mark of goodness says it is valid. So let's click on apply. All right, and remember, it's okay if nothing pops up. We need to go into the labeling banner and then click, well, while we have full name in our field, click on label, and cool. We have Highway 12 and our main park road right here, and also Highway 12 out here. So that's 4A and 4B. We've changed the symbology for our roads layer so we can see the difference between paved and backcountry. And we've labeled Highway 12 and Main Park Road using an SQL query. So then five asks us to re-add the land ownership layer and then customize the symbology using the instructions that we've got. All right, so we're gonna go to our contents. We're gonna minimize that so we can keep this contents panel neat. And we're gonna add our land ownership layer right here. So it's okay, we don't have everything split up yet. That's fine, we need to change our symbology first. So we're gonna right click on land ownership, we're gonna go to symbology, and because we're using multiple features and we're trying to display multiple features, we're gonna select unique values. If we look at unique values, let's check out owner agency. And with owner agency, we've got a long list of different agencies that have land ownership in this area. So first off, I'm gonna get rid of all of the values. We do not need those. And we're gonna start removing these by hand. So we do not want BR, so we can right click and remove. We do not want DNR. We do not want DOD. We do not want DOE. We do want the National Park Service. We do not want OF. We do not want OS. We'll keep private. We'll keep SITLA. We'll get rid of tribal. We'll get rid of UDOT and US Forest Service. Yep, we'll get rid of US FWS. So then we're left with our BLM, NPS, private, SITLA, and USFS. So 3, 4, 5. Then we check the instructions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. We're on the right track. So then we're also given specific colors to use in the instructions. So then our BLM is going to be yellow. It's going to be yellow. Our outlines mean no color. We're going to have no outline width. And we're going to do that for each of these. So then we don't have to close this window to get back. We can just click the back button. And then we can just go straight to NPS. NPS, National Park Service, is going to be purple. That tasted purple. Right there. No color, no outline width. We click apply. Let's go back and do it for private. Private is no color. So we can just no color, no outline, no width. And then let's go back. SITLA, our state lands, light blue. Oh, that actually is kind of okay. We'll do that one. Then, and then, no color, no width. Click on apply. Let's go back. Our US Forest Service is green. I'm almost sure. Yep, green. So we're gonna pick leaf green, no outline color, no outline width, and cool. So then one last check. I got no borders on any of these. All right. Cool. So that's 5, 5A, 5B. And now we're going to adjust the transparency for 5C. So then again, to adjust the transparency of our layer, we're going to go to our contents. We're going to make sure we have land ownership selected. And we're going to go to our appearance tab. And we're just going to type in 30, 40%. And yep, 40% is very nice. We can see the topography underneath our layer. So that works. 40 does good. Let's try, yeah, I'll take 45 to be honest. I mean, we're working with really strong colors. So I think that we have a, oh, 7%. I actually kind of like how faint that is. Like we still have our study area, but then it's really not overwhelming. But I think that might be too faint though, especially if somebody's just looking at the map at a quick glance. So for this, yeah, I think 40 is the best. Okay, so that's 5A, B, and C. Now we're on to 6. So 6 asks us to label the national park and neighboring national forest and national monument. So then we can label, we need to use the feature label federal fields in our land ownership to label those. So then we're gonna go to our contents. We're gonna have land ownership selected. We're gonna go to appearance, no labeling. And we're just gonna go down to, oh no, label federal, yes. And we should just be able to click label, and it's gonna take a second, that's okay. And we have lots of different labels. So this is not turn inable. This is not an acceptable submission for any kind of professional GIS work. We got too many labels, and it's tacky and I hate it. So we've labeled this, so that's 6 and 6A. So let's go to 7. So then once all features are labeled, we need to convert these labels to annotation, and then we can edit these. So then we're gonna go to our contents, we're gonna do land ownership, we're gonna right click, we're gonna do convert labels to annotation. Our input map is our map. We're converting a single layer. Our feature layer is our land ownership. Our output geodatabase needs to be our lab 8 main, and group anno works for me. So let's run it. And cool, green check mark. All of these are labels. So a student brought up an idea during class. Since we're using the same extent for our map and study area, the 1 to 200,000, why don't we just create a text or like a rectangle text on our layout with the name? Because we only need 2 Dixies, 1 grand staircase, Bryce, and I'm pretty sure that's it. So we're gonna try it that way first. And if it works, cool. If not, just skip forward in the video, please. But we're gonna go ahead and assume that's gonna work. So then we have our group anno selected. We're gonna go to edit. We're gonna go to our annotation in our tools. And then this window on our right-hand side pops up. Let's click the drop down. And then I'm gonna select lasso. So, I don't want to install any bad habits, but I really think that's the most efficient way, because then, I mean, we could save 1 or 2 of these and just have those be it instead. Okay, so we'll save these 2 Dixies. We'll save this Grand Escalante staircase, and we really want to save a Bryce Canyon right there. So then I'm actually gonna select 2 of the Dixie, 1 of the Grand Staircase, 1 of Bryce Canyon, and then I'm just gonna delete everything in here. And I'm almost positive that's gonna work how I think it is. So let's see. So I have these 2 up there. So we're gonna draw a lasso around. I'm saving that one over there. Bryce is down there. All right, cool. I don't see why that shouldn't work. Let's delete it. Yes. I selected my Dixie over here. So then let's do that one more time. Edit, annotation, modify features, annotation, lasso. Okay, so I have those saved. We have all these, we have all that. We're not selecting the bottom, Bryce Canyon. Okay. So I mean, kind of a cool learning moment. So I selected everything that's within the circle, and everything that's not an annotation did not get selected. I don't know if I still think that's useful information. So then if you only have one layer that's converted to annotation, you can just select everything in the general area, and Arc won't select the layers that are not converted to annotation. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a really good feature. So then we've got those selected. Let's delete those. Yes. And cool. We're left with 2 Dixie. Let's make you a little bit bigger. 2 Dixie. Let's make you a little bit bigger. Oh, too big. Put you right there. And we need a grand staircase, Escalante. So we're going to make you a little bit bigger. And Bryce Canyon National Park. We're going to put you right there. So we're going to make you a little bit bigger too. And I'm going to make sure it's not on Wayne Park Road. And cool. So we've got our Dixie National Forest, We'll make you, actually, can I? No. Yeah, that works. So we've got our Dixie National Forest, our Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, and our Bryce Canyon National Park. Cool. So I'm gonna save just because. If you don't, well, actually, no, not just because. So we've done some editing of our layers. So then before we do anything else, like before we add anything else to the map, before we do any kind of more analysis, we need to make sure that we save. So then to save, we can see the edit banner up top, and we want to make sure this is grayed out. So if this is not grayed out, please select it. If it is grayed out, you won't be able to add stuff to the map. You'll get an error message. So please remember to save. Whew. That was like a long series of sentences. Jesus. Okay. So then we've done 7A through D. We've got our Dixie National Forest, we've got our Bryce Canyon National Park, and we've got our Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. So let's check our example map that we have for this lab. And yep, 2 Dixies, 1 Bryce, and 1 Grand Staircase Escalante. Cool. So then this is good. We've saved. So then we're on to number 8. So then 8 asks us to create our landscape layout map, and then insert our Lab 8 main map, add our basic map elements, modify parts of the black elements, and then we need to modify the scale bar. All right. So we are going to go to the insert tab, or sorry, insert banner. We're going to go to the new layout. We're going to choose the ANSI landscape, so not portrait, landscape 8.5 by 11. And we're going to select map frame, and we're going to select the map that we've been working on. So this map, we want to leave a little bit of space to the right, because that's where our title, our legend, North Arrow, and scale up bar are going to go. So then this is off-centered. So let's right-click on this map frame to activate it. And let's make sure that we have the Explore tool selected if we're going to move this around. So, all right, let's check our example map again. Actually, no, we don't need to. We need to move this one. What do we got? 1, 2, 200,000. All right. So then looking at our map example, we need our Dixies to be right here and right here. We need our Grand Staircase to be right here, and Bryce is in a good spot. So because we converted these to annotation, we can just select our annotation, and then we can put them right here. And then we can drag this one and put that one right there. We got to resize these by hand though, because remember, we converted these to annotation, so they're not going to be automatically updated by Arc. These are separate. There we go. We'll see. 1 to 200. Yeah, we'll just make you over here. We'll put you right there, and then we'll move this one right here. Perfect. Heck yeah. Let's check the instructions. So we've zoomed into our study area. We're at the 1 to 200,000. We've got our Dixie National Forest, our Dixie National Forest, our Grand Staircase Escalante, and our Bryce Canyon National Park. So then what is next? All right. So then we need to modify we need to add our basic map stuff. So then you can see right here in my edit, the save bar is highlighted. So let's save. It's grayed out. So now let's insert our north arrow. So we'll put our north arrow to the side. Put you down there. And then can I just, yes, perfect. Our scale bar was, so then for the example, our scale bar was different from the one I usually use. So then I'm gonna do a different one. Let's select, I'm gonna select the double alternating scale bar 4. So then let's draw it out. Ooh, no. Yes, better. No. I mean, yes, but no, not yet. Oh, darn it. Oh, whatever. Okay. So we have it selected. We need to modify any black parts of the element to gray 70%. So then we can see that we have our scale bar banners up top. So we have our symbol right here. We have a scale bar gallery, and we have our dynamic text. So we're going to change the stroke to 70% gray. And we'll change the fill to 70% gray. Okay, we'll keep that black. No, we'll keep that white. No! Darn it. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just don't see that well. But, I mean, look at lighter shade of gray. Yeah, okay. So that's gray 70%. Verdad? Yeah, gray 70%. All right, we're gonna do the same thing for our north arrow. So then we're gonna select gray 70%. Cool. And then we're also asked to change the divisions and subdivisions for our scale bar. So we can do that when we have this selected. We can go to design, and we have divisions and subdivisions right here. So we're asked for 1 division and 2 subdivisions. So then we're left with 3.5 and 6.5. Can I 3.5? Yeah, I'm okay with 3.5. Yeah. We need to add our legend. So then let's go back to our insert banner. Let's add our legend. And then if you have this red dot, that means that you usually have things that are too long. So if we look right here, we have our lodging and campgrounds, XY table point. That takes up a lot of extra space. So then we're gonna edit that. So let's go to our contents. Let's double click on lodging and campgrounds. And we're just gonna delete the XY table to point. We're gonna delete the underscores. And yeah, much better. So then I'm okay with leaving this subheading category here. Actually, I mean, yeah. So actually, no, let's delete that subheading because we already have lodging and campgrounds for the layer name. So we don't need any kind of redundancy. Roads and condition, I feel has a place. Land ownership, owner agency, I feel like that has a place. Let's double click land ownership and put a space between land and ownership. Is there anything else? There's a space in owner agency. Okay. So, sorry everyone. My voice is almost gone, but it's chill. So, when we have a legend that's big like this and our font sizes for our words are pretty sizable too, we can click on our legend so we can see this box, and a format banner is going to open up top. So I mean, we can change the legend gallery, but what we're going to do first is we're going to change the font. So let's try 8. We can get a little bit bigger. 14? No. 12. 11 would be perfect. Ooh, that's close. That is close. Can I just... Yes, perfect. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, so we're gonna move our legends not kind of. We're gonna move our legend towards the bottom. I can actually, yes, that is perfect. So you have enough space for a title. Booyah. All right. So we've got our legend, we've edited our legend. We can see the L right there, right? It's not, can I, a little bit, just a little, no. There we go. Now the L is not on the black line. Okay, so we've modified our scale bar. We've got the gray elements. Okay, we need to get rid of our service layer credits. So then to do that, we can go to the insert banner up top, and dynamic text is on the right-hand side. So we're going to be looking through this window for the service layer credits, which should be under layout. And we're just going to draw a small box off to the side. So do not delete this box. If you delete this box, the service layer text come back. So that we really just need to have it off to the side. And then we need to add a title. So then I'm going to select rectangle text because we're not working with like the top part of our map, we're working with a small corner. So please don't choose my title, please. Well, actually, yeah, there's different ways to title the same thing. So we're looking at recreation and lodgings near the Grand Staircase Escalante. So we're looking at lodgings, and campgrounds near the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. We're going to Control A these before we click away. And we're going to go to the format banner, and we're going to make this, ooh. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, that works. So I've never actually manipulated the font size by clicking these buttons, but this is actually really convenient. Heck yeah. So for this one, I would want to add like a bold title, like some kind of different kind of font. Oh, that's cool looking. No, can I get, yes, I like that better, I think. So then really for this one, let's play around with the font. So we want our title to be the first thing that our map readers are drawn to. So then if we have our normal, I think it automatically goes to Homa. We have our lodging and campgrounds, and I feel like that's just not bold enough. It's not eye-catching enough. So then I would personally choose like something like this, because our Dixie National Forest is kind of big actually. So let's just, yeah, let's resize these. Because we don't need to have giant labels if we're already zoomed in. Okay, that looks so much better. I knew that was bugging me. But okay, so we have our title. So again, let's play with the font. Please don't just give me this thin one that doesn't really draw the eye. Okay. Cool. So we have our map. And now we're on to 9. So we've gone through 8A through C. And now we're creating our inset map. So to create an inset map, we can go to new map, and it's gonna open up a new map. It's gonna open up a new project right here. So we need to first change the base map to a light gray canvas. So we're gonna go to the map banner, we're gonna go to the base map, we're going to click on light gray canvas, and we're chilling. So we have this. 9A asks us to create a municipalities feature. So we can go to the geoprocessing, category, catalog. The catalog pane, database, the database we've been working in, and then we can add our inset municipalities right here. Okay, so we have Cedar City and St. George. We need to label the 2 cities. So then we're going to turn off our light gray reference. And we can see the labels have disappeared, but that's just because it's part of the light gray reference. And just like we did at the beginning of this lab, we're going to select it. We're going to go to labeling, and we're just going to select the name field. So we've got color, shape, length, area, object ID. We're going to make sure we have name selected, and then click on label. We've got Cedar City and St. George. Awesome. We need to add an online feature using the all portal and search for USA major highways. So then that's in our catalog. So then just in case your catalog has disappeared, you clicked out of it, we can reopen our catalog view by clicking on catalog view under, darn it. I always get that mixed up. By clicking on catalog pane under the view banner, and we need to go to our portal, and we're going to search for ArcGIS Online. So ArcGIS Online is the cloud with nothing under it. And then let's search for USA major. All right. So it's okay if this is your first response. We're going to click on sort, and then we're going to sort by relevance. Sorry. And then once we sort by relevance, we're going to select the first USA major highways. It's made by Esri. So Esri is usually the safe ones that we can add to without really worrying about the source. And cool, we have our roads. Next, we need to convert our labels to annotations and place the road and city labels as desired. Yeah, I feel like this road going through doesn't detract from the name, but let's just convert these to annotation and move those somewhere different. So let's right click inset municipalities. Let's go to convert labels annotation. Let's make sure our output geodatabase is our lab 8 main. And all right. Cool. Updated. And then we go to edit, annotation. We've already got lasso selected. I don't know if we have to leave the lasso and select these, but okay. So then preliminarily, we're going to make these bigger because our study area is in the top right area somewhere. And then we need to add a purple polygon displaying the location of the Bright Canyon National Park using a definition query on the land ownership feature. All right. So then we're going to go back to our catalog. We're going to go to our project, and we're going to right click and add to current map our land ownership. Well, let's save. Cool. And now we're in our land ownership. they asked us to do a definition query. So then we're gonna go to properties, definition query, new definition query. And this time we're going to do label federal is equal to Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon National Park. So then again, our definition query for 9C is where our label federal is equal to Bryce Canyon National Park. Let's click on apply and let's check it. Cool. We're just left with the Bryce National Canyon Park right here. Let's change the symbology for it. So then let's do purple. Purple is right there. No outline for me, no outline width. And cool. This is our inset map. We don't need to save. Let me make sure my Explore tool is selected. And then remember, if any of your items are highlighted blue like this, that means they're selected. So let's clear that. And okay. Okay, so this is good. Let's go back to our layout. And then we're gonna go to our insert banner, our map frame. We're gonna go to map 1 and we'll move that one first actually. Ooh, I have an active Dixie. Let's clear. Okay, so I'm just gonna move my Grand Staircase Escalante up a little bit so we can put our inset map down here. Remember to save all edits. Then click this back button to get out of this activated map frame. Oh, it's still selected. No. Clear and back. There we go. So we're adding our inset map. We're under the insert banner, map frame, our new map that we've been working on. So then I'm okay with actually that's pretty big for an inset map, I think. Make it a little bit more, that's better. So then we can activate these maps separately. So then I'm gonna right click the small one. I'm gonna activate that. Or I'm gonna activate that map and then I'm gonna zoom to layer. Zoom to layer municipalities. So then we're gonna go there. And okay, we can see Cedar City, St. George. Let's make sure we've got the Explore tool selected. And we're gonna click and drag this map over a little bit. Dang, I like that actually. So we've got Cedar City, we've got St. George, we have our purple polygon right here. Or do we need to turn off any of the, we turned off the reference element, didn't we? Oh, oh man. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Okay. So don't do that, but it's also not that bad. Oh, that's unfortunate. So we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. You can skip ahead in the video. This might take me a minute or two to redo this. So then we're watching campgrounds. Cool. We've got our Dixie National Forest. Oh no. Wait. Yes. Okay. So then we have our Grand Staircase Escalante. We have a Bryce Canyon. Okay. We're good. Good to go. All right. So then let's insert our north. Well, actually, I don't need to say this part. North arrow. Our scale bar. Our legend. Let's do 8. And then let's insert that title, rectangle text. Lodgings Grand Staircase. Escalante National. Cool. Awesome. getting rid of the dynamic text. No. Service layer credits, yes. We'll draw the small box of shame. And then we're gonna add our map frame to this. We're gonna right click that, activate. And then we zoomed to our inset municipalities. We moved it to the right. And okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it is what it is. So we've got Cedar City, St. George, and a purple polygon. Cool, let's back out. Let's check out our graphics and text. So can we just make a rectangle polygon around this? Oh no. So we have to activate our maps first. Or can I just drag that over there? Cool. So there's two different ways we can do this. The way I showed in class is a little bit more advanced. We'd go through our catalog, creating a new feature, doing all that good stuff. But I'm also positive that we can just create a small box like that. Change. Yeah, okay. Then we're gonna format that rectangle. Booyah, we can. So then we're gonna do red. Hell yeah, or heck yeah, sorry. Actually, meh. So we've got our extent indicator. They're a lot easier than the way I showed in class. So again, we just went to our insert, graphics and text. We went to polygon, and I chose rectangle. But you can also choose any of these other ones, but I like it, simple and easy. So we've added our inset map. We've got our purple polygons. We've done our layout map. We've got an extent indicator, and booyah, this map is ready to be turned in. Whew. Yeah, so this map was a little bit more involved than other ones. That's kind of the trend for the rest of the semester. But once you have all of this done, we can go to the share button and then export layout. Please save it as a JPEG and then select where you want to save it. And cool, that is lab 8. Thank you guys for checking in. This semester is almost over, so we got a little bit more and then we are done. Yeah, have a good rest of your week, guys. All right.